Hey guys, Bronze here, and from the title you can tell that I've got a big change coming for my Guild Wars 2 career. Ever since Heart of Thorns came out, I've been an Ellie main, but henceforth my main character will be an Engineer. Elementalist will always have a special place in my heart, but Engineer has been calling to me for a while now, and with End of Dragons on the horizon, now is the time. The reason I'm making this change is twofold. Primarily, I have a big problem with Elementalist, and it's been getting steadily worse for about 2 years now. Second, that. Jokes aside, Engineer has gotten a lot of love lately. I've been watching it ever since they added quickness to Scrapper Wells, and even before End of Dragons comes out, I like what I see so far. So about that problem with Elementalist. First, a little bit of history. I started really getting into this game shortly after Heart of Thorns came out. Celestial Tempest at this time was the perfect just do it class. Need a healer? I got you. Need to pre-stack boons? Easy. Need to carry your girlfriend's 6-year-old cousin through a dungeon while she roleplays a bard with no weapons? Nothing better. Then raids came out, and with them, the first taste Guild Wars really had of a PvE meta. Turns out, Tempest was good at that too. And fast forwarding a couple of years, so was Weaver. The days of double chrono, banner slave, druid, and 6 weavers as the raid meta are what I consider the golden age of Guild Wars 2. Now, obviously I agree that other classes deserve their time in the spotlight, but there still has to be some semblance of balance. And in the current meta, there isn't. The current fractal meta is give boons, play Scourge, or leave. And though I have had some good raids lately, they're not very common and I don't have very much time on my hands, so my 2 favorite areas of the game are all but unplayable for me as an Ellie. This isn't entirely anyone's fault, but it certainly feels bad, and it's been getting worse for a long time. Way back when, it was actually fun trying to compete with your squad for top DPS, developing new strategies around encounter mechanics, playing the game in a way that required skill and practice. Now, it seems like every encounter is just stack every boon in the game and have 8 necromancers bounce epidemic around for infinite DPS while also giving barrier to everybody so that it's almost impossible to die. Is it effective? Yes. But also brain dead boring. I think that's enough rambling. My problem with Elementalist isn't anything to do with the class itself. I really enjoy Ellie. It just feels like it doesn't fit anywhere in the current meta. Other classes do great DPS and get some great supporting abilities on top. Ellie has to sacrifice so much to bring any sort of support, and on top of that, they've been nerfed so hard that they don't really do the best damage anyways. That brings us nicely around to the present day. Right now, I'm not concerned with the meta of the past. I'm not even up to date with any meta at all. I've been spending the past few weeks farming for legendaries. What I am concerned with, however, is the new elite specs coming with End of Dragons. I don't think I need to say that the catalyst was underwhelming. It could be tweaked and balanced, but at the end of the day, it's a base Ellie with an F5 ability. And the whole trait line is devoted to working really hard to build up a stat buff that, if you're able to maintain it, makes you just as powerful as most other classes' baseline. It needs some serious rework to get to a point where it's going to be worth anything to play. This, again, isn't exactly anyone's fault. Ellie has 20 skills per weapon set. It relies far more heavily on its weapon skills for damage and utility than any other class. If you give them a new toolkit that doesn't rely on weapons, it just makes the existing weapons far more powerful, and you can't nerf the existing weapons without destroying the other Ellie subclasses. It's a really tough balancing act. For it to work, the new weapon they introduce has to really hit the mark, and Hammer didn't. Hammer just doesn't fit with the other elements of Catalyst. For a class that relies almost entirely on combo fields and finishers, you would expect the weapon designed to fit that class to have at least a few fields and finishers in its kit. Staff, for example, has 2 fire fields, 2 water fields, an ice field, an electric field, and 2 blast finishers and 2 projectile finishers. And on top of that, it has an instant cast aura that also synergizes with the way that Catalyst is designed. Comparing this to Hammer, we have 0 auras, 0 combo fields, 2 blast finishers, and a leap finisher. That's it. The slot skills also don't give any combo fields, so if you're playing Catalyst using its own unique weapon, you are actively going against the playstyle the class was designed for. Honestly, I think Warhorn fits Catalyst better than Hammer does. Warhorn is an offhand weapon, meaning you get a grand total of 8 skills compared to the Hammer's 20, and yet Warhorn has a fire field, a water field, and a blast finisher, while still leaving your main hand open for some of the other great LE weapons. I'm starting to think they should give Hammer to Tempest and take Warhorn away to give to Catalyst. Honestly, it would make more sense that way. So for me, the Catalyst being a bust was the last straw, and I've been looking for a new main for a little while now. I was holding out hope for a Golemancer Engineer, and boy did A-Net deliver on that one. After calming my excitement and reviewing the teaser trailer, I was pretty sure that the trait line would be very engineer-focused, and that the Grandmaster trait would choose one of 3 golems to follow you around. Oh, how wrong I was in the best possible way. Every single trait in the Mechanist trait line customizes and buffs your golem in unique ways. There is so much to explore and experiment with, and honestly, as a brand new NG main, I'm not ready. But boy am I excited, in a way that I haven't been since Weaver was first announced. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any thoughts regarding what I've said here, be sure to leave them down in the comments, and also do all the YouTube things to let our YouTube overlords know that you like the content. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Have a great day.